Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to this regular board meeting, May 21st, 2026 at 6 p.m. in the Estill County Board of Education Boardroom located at 253 Main Street in Irving, Kentucky. At this time, I would like to call this meeting to order. We always begin our meetings with a warm welcome, and we would like to start by standing to say our pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for that. I'd like to remind you, if you'd like to sign in, there's a sign-in sheet at the entrance to the boardroom. Mr. Brock, do we have any revisions to this agenda?
We do not.
Okay. So moving right along, first on our agenda we have some action items, and item number A is consideration for approval of the 26-27 cooperative membership.
So we're member of three co-ops, CKEC, SCSC, and KEDC. This is the agreement for KEDC. It's my recommendation we approve.
Okay. I need a motion to approve the cooperative membership agreement. Sheila Samples makes a motion. Sharon Whitaker makes a second. Do we have any discussion? If not, I'd like to call for a vote. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries with a 5-0 vote. Item B is consideration for approval of a transponder agreement.
So this has to do with bus and efficiency of bus routes. It will also allow our parents, once we get this up and going, to track buses and know exactly when their child will be dropped off and picked up in an effort to save money on transportation and to get more efficient than we are. Our efficiency rating's already pretty high, and Mr. Yost talked about that in the working budget session the other night, but this will help us become even more efficient. So it's my recommendation that we approve the agreement.
Okay. I need a motion for approval of the transponder agreement. Sharon Whitaker makes a motion. Sheila Samples makes a second. Do we have any discussion?
So it's basically a Life 360 for our buses.
It's basically a Life 360 for our buses. Yes, it's got to do with GPS and everything else. Yep.
Just to make sure you're clear, one else thing that it's going to do is help let us using AI to route our buses
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
So that we're more efficient, gas mileage, safety, all of that. So it's going to be a comprehensive system.
Yep.
So this will start next year then?
It will, yes.
All right, good.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, I'd like to call for a vote. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries with a 5-0 vote. Item C is consideration for approval of professional services agreement for the Teach America Incorporated.
So the next two are both about Teach for America. I'll just cover them both together. Teach for America is a program that recruits college students to get into education who traditionally would not have been into education. We are partnering with them this year. They're going to send us 13 teachers for summer school and for our academies free of charge. It'll be part of their training as they go through their program to learn how to teach and get instruction on classroom management and everything. It's a partnership we hope to continue with the district. So you're going to see two things here. The first is the agreement, which is the service agreement with them. All we're providing for them is rooms where they can have meetings to do their trainings in, and they're providing us those to help with that service. The next one you'll see is about a data sharing agreement. We will share some data with them, but that will completely still fall under FERPA, and it will not be shared with anybody that should not be shared. So it's my recommendation we approve.
So we can do item C and D as one motion.
Let's do them separate, but I wanted to give you information on both of them.
Okay. So item C is consideration for approval of professional services agreement with Teach for America. So I need a motion and a second. Sheila Samples makes a motion. Tammy Hardy makes a second. Do we have any discussion? If not, I'd like to call for a vote. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. And then as discussed, we have item D, which is approval for data sharing agreement with Teach for America. I need a motion and a second. Carrie makes a motion. Tammy makes a second. Do we have any discussion? If not, I'd like to call for a vote. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. So item E is consideration for approval of the FY 26-27 primary depository services.
So this is something that we put out to bid a few board meetings ago and gave banks time to turn in. Thank you, Mr. Simpson. He's got the bid proposals for both banks. We got two bids. We got a bid from Citizens, CG, and we got a bid from PB&T. So over the past year, we've carried an average of around $4 million in our bank account. So this just kind of gives you an idea of the interest rates between the two. CG's bid was an interest rate of whatever the Fed funds rate was minus 2.25%. The current rate would be 1.5% for us. That will fluctuate up and down depending upon what the Fed rate is. But you see the left column there, on what we carried this year, our interest over 1 year for fiscal year 27, if it stayed at 1.5, would be $60,000. Our interest rate for the district for fiscal year 28 would be $60,000. So for the 2-year contract, the district would net $120,000. PB&T gave us a fixed rate at 4.05% for the 2 years, plus an additional 0.05 on all direct deposits, which is roughly, not straight across the board a 4.1, but anything that's direct deposit would be a 4.1. You can see the sample on a $4 million. The first year, the district would make $164,000. The second year, the district will make $164,000 for a total of $328,000. So your first proposal would be an interest of $120,000 over 2 years. Your second proposal is a $328,000 over 2 years. That's just on a fixed $4 million amount. That does fluctuate. That's just an average. These numbers are just to show you an idea between the two bid proposals. Financially, PB&T has offered us a better deal. I do know that CG has donated. I know that PB&T has donated. 2 years, this bid will go up again. But looking at these two interest rates and what they have offered us, it's my recommendation we go with PB&T.
Okay, with that overview by Mr. Brock, I need a motion and a second to go with PBT Bancorp. Sharon Whitaker makes a motion, Carrie Smallwood makes a second. Do we have any discussion or any comments?
And I just will say, we appreciate both banks participating. We appreciate both banks not just bidding for our financial services or depository, but also for what they do for our school and community. And per board regulation, this will go up again in 2 years. This is a 2-year bid. It will come up again 2 years, and it'll be a competition. They can submit bids again.
Do we have any further comments or any discussion? If not, I'd like to call for a vote. All in favor of going with PB&T Bank? Any opposed? Motion carries with a 5-0 vote. Item F is consideration for approval of the FY 27 audit contract.
So this is for our fiscal audit for next year. This is the company that we've went with. We kind of had an option for this year, and me and Mr. Yost have discussed that, and we've discussed with you all opening it next year and looking to see, not that we won't go back with them, but also having others to submit a bid proposal or RFP. So it's my recommendation we approve the contract.
Okay. As discussed by Mr. Brock, I need a motion and a second for approval of the FY 27 audit contract. Sheila makes a motion, Sharon makes a second. Do we have any discussion? If not, I'd like to call for a vote. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries with a 5-0 vote. Item G is consideration for approval of the FY 27 budget.
So this will be the budget that starts in July 1st and runs through June 30th of next year. The working session we had the other night, which is posted online if anybody wants to watch it, Mr. Yost did a very good job going through that line by line and just showing exactly what each category was. It is a tentative budget. We still are looking at some federal funds. We don't know what title and all of that's going to entail. So this is the tentative budget. In the fall, we'll approve the final budget. It's my recommendation we approve the tentative fiscal year 27 budget.
As discussed by Mr. Brock, I need a motion and a second for approval of the tentative FY 27 budget. Sheila makes a motion, Sharon makes a second. Do we have any discussion?
I will say that someone recently approached me and said that they really liked the way that we did the special call meeting and explaining all the budget line items, because they had no idea where all the funds came
Yep.
from, and they really appreciated that. It
Yep.
was a little better understanding from them.
Yeah,
So-
I'm glad we did that. We plan on
Yes,
doing that
yeah.
every year, and we'll actually do that again in the fall when we do the final budget. We'll do a special called meeting. We'll have Mr. Yost go through everything again. We'll answer any questions. That'll be online, and then we'll come back and approve it in a board meeting. I just think that brings more transparency, and I know you all had asked for that, and I had asked Mr. Yost for that as well, so.
Thank you.
Good job.
So, all in favor, did we vote?
No, you did not.
Did we vote? All in favor, any opposed? All right, so motion carries with a 5-0 vote. Next, we have consideration for approval of property, fleet, and liability insurance. There's a lot of things here.
There's a lot of
Mr.
action
Brook.
items. So we got our bid proposal for our fleet liability insurance and also for our property. I do think we should approve it. It is, again, with Bluegrass Risk Management. It went up about 4%, 3 or 4% this year. But I will say this, when we put it out to bid last year, it's still under the other bid we got, or 2 years ago when we put it out for bid. It's still under that original bid from 2 years ago, the amount is. So it's my recommendation we approve.
Okay, I need a motion and a second for approval of property, fleet, liability insurance. Tammy makes a motion, Carrie makes a second. Do we have any discussion? If not, all in favor? Oh, Sharon, do you
Yeah,
have
I
a
just have a question. With the fleet, that also includes the buses, right?
Yes.
Now, with the addition of that new software that they're gonna use, will that impact any way the insurance rate?
So the more efficient that we get, and like if, for instance, if it makes our routes shorter or whatever, yes, all that
Okay,
comes into
good.
account.
Great.
So, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, motion carries with a 5-0 vote. Next, we have consideration for approval of workers' comp insurance.
So this is what we approve every year too. There's basically two companies out there. Kimi is the company that almost every district in the state goes with because they provide good services. They are a little bit higher usually, but they're well established, they're founded, and they do a good job working with our employees. We got the rate this year. It's my recommendation we approve Kimi.
I need a motion and a second to approve our workers' comp insurance. Sheila makes a motion, Tammy makes a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have consideration for approval of surplus of 2 SRO vehicles.
So we have extra SRO vehicles. We got them at a really good deal when we started our police department. We have, even if we decide to sell these two, we will still have an extra SRO vehicle even when we get back to fully staffed. It was something that we have a neighboring district that started a police department, and then there's another district that started a police department, and they reached out to see if we had anything. I told them that we did. My goal would be to recover from this what we gave for them. We've used them for, well, one of them for a year, and it would do them a favor, it would do us a favor, because right now, we're just rotating through and they're sitting at the bus garage for the most part. It would not put us in a situation where we did not have enough SRO vehicles, so it's my recommendation that we approve.
I need a motion and a second to approve the surplus 2 SRO vehicles. Tammy makes a motion, Sheila makes a second. Any discussion? If none, I'd like to call for a vote. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, Motion carries with a 5-0 vote. Next, we have consideration for approval of authorization for the superintendent to sell the 2 SRO vehicles to another school district. So it goes along with item J.
It does, yep.
Do you have any other comments?
No, I mean, we'll talk to both districts and whoever will give us the best deal. Like I said, this is just the consideration to approve. I am not gonna give them away. The goal is to, I don't wanna burn another district, but I would like to get out of them what we've got in them, because they're worth that.
Okay. I need a motion and a second to approve authorization for Mr. Brock to sell the 2 SRO vehicles to another district. Sheila makes a motion. Tammy makes a second. Do we have any discussion? If not, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries with a
And
5-0 vote.
Once this goes through, if anybody has any questions or wants to come see, we'll happily show them what we paid for them and happily show them what we sold them for.
All right, we got through the action items.
Yep.
All right, so next is our consent items. So you want to talk about those, Mr. Brown?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them, so I'm just gonna go through them fairly quickly. The first one is just the minutes from the special call meeting where we did the working session. That's online, where the budget was explained. The next item is just approving the treasurer's report and the payment of bills. That's trivial. Superintendent's travel's always on here. I went to one co-op meeting is all I've been to. Use of elementary subs for 26-27 school year. We use those sometimes for testing and for some different things. The following out-of-state trips, you can see we've got FBLA going to nationals. HOSA is traveling to Indianapolis. High school and middle school FCCLA is going to attend national competition in Washington. TSA National Conference in Washington. Senior trip to New York City. Then the approval of the MOUs, which are ones that we have every year with companies that come in for different things. You got Mountain Comp, New Vista, Trinity Health, Key Assets. A lot of those provide counseling services. You got the JAGS program at the high school, which is a very good program. Ms. Flynn's done an excellent job with that. Bluegrass Community and Technical College, we have an agreement with them, obviously, for our students. And then the visually impaired, which we need to have to service our visually impaired, and then the Baptist Medical Health Group's also with mental health. So it's my recommendation we approve the consent items.
Okay, I need a motion and a second to approve the consent items as discussed. Tammy makes a motion. Do I have a second? Carrie makes a second. Do we have any questions or any discussion?
What about item G?
I didn't hear what you said.
Item G. Approve legacy network infrastructure access as surplus property.
We have some where we replaced all
Yep.
our networking.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't address that one. We have some extra technology stuff where we did an upgrade, and that needs to go into the surplus sale, and it has to be approved. Thank you for bringing that to my attention.
You're welcome.
We have sent that out to other school districts statewide. As part of our policy, we can transfer that to other school districts. Any district that was interested in that, we have already transferred. This has been sitting in storage for about a year now.
Yep.
And we just deem it as surplus junk, let a technology company come in and take it
Yep.
or whatever we.
It's of no benefit to the district.
Zero.
And I have a question about the emergency substitutes. Is the, you may have explained it and I was drifting off, no, I'm sorry. But could you explain that a little bit better or a little
It's,
bit more detail?
so we use additional substitutes to cover certain things, whether it be for testing or whatever. At times, they may not be like for a specific teacher, but we may need them to do a service in the district.
So is the credentialing different for those substitutes or is that
No, they
the
have to
same?
be on the sub list. They have to have the background
Okay.
checks and all that.
Okay.
It is the
Okay.
same.
Do we have any further questions or discussion?
And we have a need for extra,
yes.
so.
Yeah, I would say.
All right, if not, I'd like to call for a vote. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Brown, we're down to your superintendent's report. Give
So
us
we're,
an update.
we're coming, obviously down to the end of the year. We're in the middle of testing right now Our students are doing a fabulous job. They're working hard. Our teachers, everybody that's involved with that, our DACs and our DAC and our BACs are doing a wonderful job. Been in the buildings, and it's just amazing how the culture has shifted, and the kids they're very serious about it, and they want to do good. Even like, I was talking to some today and I was like, I don't want them to stress. And they're like, well, they're only stressing because they want to do good. And I was like, yeah, but we just want them to do their best. So that's wrapping up. And then we'll do some makeups and stuff. Attendance, currently we have, our total enrollment is 2,024. Our ADA is 1815.62, but that's before dropping the 10 days. That's before putting our performance and our success academies in. And we're right now running about 92.31. We traditionally run about 93%, but again, we've not dropped the weather days and all of that. The enrollment at South Irvin is 108, West is 444, Springs is 473, middle school's 454, the high school is 545, and our virtual and success is at 108. We're coming, like I said, we're coming down, wrapping up the school year. We put a plug in for the academies. I know we're a little bit later this year, but that application is out there. And any student that attended an academy last year, whether it be a STEM or a performing arts, they can tell you that they had a whole lot of fun. So we encourage you. I know that it's a little bit later this year, but we encourage you to allow your students to participate in that and get them signed up for that. We will be doing that again this year. We have a reading academy that Ms. Bryant is putting on as well, which will give students an opportunity to have some fun with that as well. So we got a lot going on this summer. I encourage you all to participate, and as always, it is a great day to be an engineer.
Thank you for that update, Mr. Brock.
And I'll say we do have, just so that we know, we've got some principals out tonight for different things, sickness and stuff like that. Ms. Combs was going to be with us, but she had a situation come up as well. I do have her report, and so before we get into principals report, I will report on that real quick as well. Great things happening at the ATC. If you look at overall post-secondary readiness from May of last year to May of this year, they're up 8%. Career readiness only, they're at 92.52. Industry certificates, they're up 21. They have 107 now as 86 last year. EOP's down just a little bit from 28 to 23. And our internships, we don't have those. She don't have those listed yet. Dual credit, we went from 69 to 111, so we're up 42 on dual credit. Active student, that we have senior data on, we're up 75 to 202. Concentrators, we're up from 142 to 185, so it's plus 43. And high demand, which is the ones that we get the extra for, we're up 11. And then she's just got some highlights here. Post-secondary readiness increased. Industry certificates increased, which I mentioned, by 21. And then the dual credit increased by 42. I think that's very impressive, and there's a lot of good work going on there.
Thank you for that information, Ms. Combs, and we missed you tonight.
Yep.
So, do you want to go first? So South Irvin is going to give us a report first. Ms. Hall?
I will give you a report, but I really wanted to talk about enrollment because I thought you guys might get questions about that this time of year. That's what most people reach out to me about this time of year. We are at school busy. If you follow our Facebook page, you'll already know everything that's happening at South Irvin. We're finishing up assessments, supposed to be finished today, so I'll start data cleaning, and we'll get into that next week with teachers. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about enrollment. So in that first rectangle are the required documents. So if anybody asks you about that, those are the things that preschool students have to have before they can start school, in addition to the screening. A child does have to be 3-year-old for us to screen them. So if they don't turn 3 until July, they can't be screened now. We have to wait until July to do that. If you go up, I'll tell you a little bit about the ages, and you also have a sheet. Like, it's just a white piece of paper that I thought might be helpful if anybody asks. I get focused. We have had recruitment day, And we had never done that before, but last Friday, everybody that wasn't tied to a classroom, we went out into the county, put out signs, we sat on the side of the road, we went and hung up business cards and flyers. So we did have people stop in for that. We gained 6 kids on our screening schedule after that day, so I plan to do that again next year. We also, let's see what else, we do have yard signs. So if anybody asks, that yard sign, it has a QR code that will take them straight to the application. That application looks a little bit odd. It doesn't look like an Estill County Schools application because we partner with Head Start. So they have to go through that application to get to us. And if that is complicated, they can stop by school and they're on the porch and we'll even fill them out. They are kind of lengthy, but we can do that with families.
I will ask before you move on, because I know some people might ask. So say proof of income, do they need all 3 of those or just one?
Any of those. If they don't have income, we have something called a zero income form. So they
Okay.
just sign that they have no income.
Because I was thinking some people might not have a W-2 or something like that, so.
That's true. It's a good time for us to, we started recruitment, we start that in March because people have their W-2s then. So we started recruitment in March. We already have a lot of those for the families that are interested in preschool. And we have business cards, so they're at school too. And when a child signs up for a screener, we give them that business card. We did put some advertisements in the newspaper. It was a flyer similar to this. We did it around Mushroom Festival time. I thought that was probably the best time to do it. So that's out. If anybody asks you, it has the QR code also. Right now, for next year, we have 48 screeners tomorrow. That's an hour per child. So we're back to back tomorrow. We'll have 48 hours invested in children tomorrow before the end of the day, if they all show up. So that is exciting. A lot of them are 3s. Some of them will not qualify, and I'll tell you about qualifying in just a moment. We have 64 total screening scheduled. That means 64 total children to screen scheduled within the next 3 weeks. We have 26 returning 3-year-olds that were there this year, either by tuition or because they did qualify. Those will return to us. And we have 2 returning 2-year-olds that will be coming back as 3s. Something that you should know about, and it's listed on that paper that says what to know. 4-year-old children qualify by income or preschool. The way they qualify is they have to be 160% poverty. In this district, we do universal preschool. So that's because you guys fund that for us and you recognize that early childhood is important. That doesn't happen everywhere. I actually don't know anywhere that happens without tuition. There are 2 districts in the state that have been piloted, I guess would be the word, for that kind of
That was come from
preschool.
the governors, yes.
And they're gonna pilot it. We already do that here. We're just not completely funded for those kids that don't qualify. We're funded by
The board, just to clarify, any 4-year-old that does not qualify by income, the board foots the bill for them to go to preschool because the board recognizes that early education to those 4-year-olds is very important.
We don't get funding from the state for those.
Yep.
There are I'll tell you about how we're divided at our school too. We have different programs. We do universal preschool for all, whether they qualify or not. 4-year-olds, they have to be 4 on August 1st. The biggest question I get is, my child turns 4 in December, can they come then? No, they're a 3-year-old. Whatever they are on August 1, that's what they are for the school year. So the easiest way that I have found to explain it to parents is they get 1 preschool year provided by the district, and that's the year before they go to kindergarten. If they're 5 on August 1st, they're eligible for kindergarten. They're not eligible for us anymore. We have 3-year-olds. 3-year-olds do qualify for preschool 2 ways. They can have a delay or disability and come as a 3-year-old. They can also come through First Steps, which is the same thing, but it's a fast track into preschool pretty much. So the way that people get their kids to First Steps is somebody, maybe a pediatrician, or sometimes it's our early Head Start teachers. They notice that there's a delay. They go through First Steps and get services. So then as soon as that child turns 3, they're in our building on their 3rd birthday. Those 3-year-olds, the same. They must be 3 by August 1. We plan to have some tuition spots if things go the way that they did this last year. We should have some tuition 3-year-old spots. That's $25 a day, 4 days a week, regular school day, transportation, meals included. But we won't know that for sure until July. We're going ahead and screening those kids that families are interested in having a list for them. We have Early Head Start. That's a separate program, but it's inside our building. They go through the same application process, and that is for babies 6 weeks to 3-year-old. They're in our building. We also have a home-based Early Head Start program, and that is for expecting mothers through 3-year-old. Same required documents. I talked about First Steps. That's listed on your paper. And then some upcoming days that we have. We be watching for this. It's been a while since we've made a day in the life of preschool video, because some people say, what do you do at preschool? It's not probably what most people think we do at preschool. So we're going to do a video, and we'll send that out by Facebook so that people can see what happens there. We will be screening every Friday through the rest of the school year. We have a screening in July. That date's not set yet, but we do have kids on that screening schedule. We haven't set the date because there's a lot of trainings going on that we have to go to. We'll put flyers out in our summer feeding meals, and then we also have a carnival May 28th. That's for the kids that are there now. And it's all free, so it's a free carnival. Do you have any questions about how a kid comes to preschool?
So if they're 3, they have to qualify to get to come, right?
Income cannot qualify a 3-year-old.
Okay.
A disability can qualify a 3-year-old, or they can come with tuition.
Okay.
We've opened those spots up if they don't qualify, and then once she gets all of her screening done, those parents will be contacted.
Okay.
So,
And it's like $100 a week for 4 days.
yep. Which
Thank
is
you for
cheaper
all
than
you do,
daycare.
Ms. Hall.
Yes.
If people ask you about preschool, they can call me.
Okay.
I love that you were recruiting at the Dollar General.
Did you see?
I love that. I thought, oh, I like that idea.
We have some really good partnerships. Children's Clinic let me sit there for 3 hours, and they have class on there.
Yeah, they were just setting up, as I was coming out, they were setting up. It's a great idea.
Some people are nervous to go out because it's complicated.
Yeah,
and
yes.
I just said, "Tell them to call me."
Well, kudos to them.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Hall. Next, we have Mr. Singleton from Estill County High School. Tell us what's going on.
A lot, and it's awesome. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Is our first week of June is going to be crazy. I know that you all had requested for us to send you all some information that we've got about different things we've got going on. So here you go. We're starting off the last week of school with senior finals, and then we do senior farewell. That is the program that we put on with some of our top of the class seniors who get to invite a teacher who's made an impact in their life back. That's why that says invite only there. That is a special event for them. June 3rd, we do our senior walk through the elementary schools, which is a great experience. The kids are all looking forward to that. We have underclassmen finals there during school, and then that night we will have our baccalaureate and our senior awards program there. Now, on this sheet, it has invite only on senior awards. That is because we have invited all the students who are getting awards. So we're going to make this public after we showed it to you all. We're going to put it on our Facebook and send it out. We didn't want people to think that, any senior could come and get an award. The ones who are getting awards have already been invited. Anyone can come, but we didn't want them sitting there through an hour and a half program and not receive an award. So that's why it's on there for that. June 4th is senior breakfast, graduation practice, and then our underclassmen finals will continue there. June 5th is Friday's last day of school. That is graduation practice. Senior recess, which is something that the kids wanted to do this year and we've made happen. I think it's going to be very fun. They thought it would be cool to get to go back to an elementary school and actually have recess again for one more time. So our FRC has done that. Charlotte Sutter has taken that under her wing and is planning that for them. And then we have senior sunset, which will happen that evening at 6 p.m. and underclassmen finals will follow up there. Graduation, the big one, is 3 o'clock in the gym on Saturday. So we will have overflow seating in the auditorium if needed. Students will have their tickets for their family to sit in the lower arena, but the upper arena will be first come, first served. Didn't put this on here, but you all, if you're keeping up with our Facebook page, like Ms. Hall said, you will see a ton of things that are going on, especially in the sports world. Guys, we have people competing in regional and state competition left and right. Like I told somebody today, if you try to wrap your head around it, it just makes your head spin, like how many cool things we have going on. So we've got regional tournaments, baseball, softball coming up. Tennis just competed. Track is competing. I mean, we have phenomenal student athletes, and I'm just so proud of them. So my best advice to anybody that's watching on Facebook, on the live stream, is to keep up with our Facebook page, because it's something, literally multiple things every day. So we're really excited about that. So thank you all. Any questions for me?
What time's the senior breakfast?
Senior breakfast will start at 6:30, I believe.
Okay.
Okay.
I will email you to let you know for sure, though.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Singleton. Next, we have Ms. Miller from West Urban.
Well, we have had a huge month. We, of course, are in the middle of testing. Next week, our K through 2 students will take iReady. We have just finished up KSA for 3rd grade today. 4th grade is hopefully tomorrow. 5th grade will finish up next week. But throughout the last month, we have really prepped and gotten prepared. We have done a lot of celebrating. So many of our students have mastered multiplication facts, moved up in reading levels, and reached important milestones. So our Facebook looks like a lot of celebrations. We eat a lot of cupcakes is what I've realized over the last month. Our kids love it, we love it. So we also want to say that our families showed up big for our testing parade. And we were really excited about that. They always show up big for us. Our community always shows up big for us. And we're just so grateful. They threw so much candy that all of our students have like a half-gallon of candy Ziploc bag to eat during KSA and iReady. So we kind of put that aside for them, and then they get so many pieces throughout their testing. And we're just really grateful for that partnership and how they support all of our students. You can see that one picture there, Ms. Cox is in. That was our spring fling. We had quite the spring fling this year with a lot of dancing. We have some seriously good dance moves. I don't know if you saw, but one of our students can moonwalk like a champ. I've never seen anything quite like it. The next picture is our 1st grade. They went to Disney on Ice, and this is their 2nd year, and it is such a magical experience for them. And I'm just so grateful that our teachers work so hard to fundraise so that they can give them that opportunity, because that is something that is very unique to a lot of our students that they don't always get to do. Let's see. We, of course, have been getting ready for state testing with review. We've done a lot of fun review activities, from contraction surgeries to Kentucky Derby themes and all of the above. We did, of course, have to say goodbye to Nurse Amanda, which was really sad for us, but she has moved on to Markham and Wallace, so we said goodbye to her. We got to welcome our new kindergartners. Actually, this week, they came on Tuesday. I don't have a picture of them, but I was so excited because I have a special kindergartner coming, so I was a little extra excited for this one. We had our Lion King Junior musical with Estill Springs, and our students were fantastic. The staff that put that on, I cannot say enough about what they did and what they brought to our community. It was a wonderful performance, and I was so proud. The students are still talking about it. We were actually just talking about it today. They were like, "Did you see when I did this on the stage?" So they're really pumped up. But overall, we are just really excited for the momentum that we had going into testing, and I'm just so proud of our staff and our community and the way that we've come together.
Okay. Like Mr. Singleton said, there's a lot. There's a lot going on at the middle school. We've been very, very busy. I've tried to hit the highlights for you. I gave you all a paper that just had a bunch of pictures on the front of it, and what I noticed about all those pictures were the smiling faces, and it's been a long month. It's been a long, hard road leading up to test prep, and just the smiles on those kids' faces and the staff faces, that meant more to me than anything. So I wanted to share that with you all too. We had a spring fling. Mike Flynn, he threw his last spring fling at the middle school, and he went all out, and it was absolutely fantastic. We had both elementary schools in our building the other day. All fifth graders were at the middle school, and we had a great day with them. They'll be coming back to us next week for one-to-one shadowing, so we're looking forward to hosting them again and having them go through a day at the middle school. We celebrated our lunch superheroes. They had a fantastic time being superheroes. The kids had a really good time seeing them in their superhero outfits. It was great. Lots of celebrations. We celebrated administrative secretary days, nurse day, teacher appreciation week. It was lots and lots of fun. We had our honors kids for 7th and 8th grade social studies went on a field trip. They went on a field trip to Richmond to the battlefield. Lots of hands-on experiences for them that day. They greatly enjoyed it and looking forward to taking them again next year. Lots of things happening with their sports. Mr. Singleton, you're getting a great group of athletes coming to you again next year. So we had our boys soccer conference, they're the champs. Our girls soccer were runner-up, and our softball were runner-up as well in the conference. You can see Miss Gale's class, they have been keeping us hydrated with lots of coffee and lemonade. It's been great having them go around the building and interacting with our staff. Battle of the Beaks and Science class, you can see in that picture the smiling faces. The kids had a really good time with that. It was a great project right before testing that kind of gave them some hands-on experience and just lots of good things happening in our classrooms. We've had lots of dress-up days on request of the students, lots of school pride happening right now. I do want to give a shout-out to Ellery Leach and Adeline Leach, who put together a school-wide or district-wide Miss Leach Day in honor of their mother and her journey. And we've always told our students to speak up and have a voice, and they really did that. So we're very proud of them and all of the district for helping us celebrate them. We have lots of things coming up, end of the year field trips. We have finals coming up and field day. And then, of course, we have our 8th grade promotion, which will be happening on June the 4th at 6 p.m. So we invite you all out to that as well. That'll start at 6. We do ask that you try to get there early to get a seat. So any questions?
I will not do Estill Springs justice like Miss Mays will, but I'll just go through a few things. You can see there on the flyer, they had a magic show. Lion King the musical. This was a joint venture between West and Estill Springs. And let me tell you something. If you did not get to see that, you missed out big time. It was wonderful. Our kids were great. I mean, the acting was great. The singing was great. Miss Cornett asked me afterwards, she's like, what was your favorite part? I'm like, it's hard to pick a favorite part. It was really good. All the kids got to see it. It was excellent. You can see that they've done their KSA goal setting. They do that every year. I think that their theme this year again is being a soldier, a KSA soldier. The Engineering Excellence Award, and then they've had some of the School Lunch Hero Day, the same. Pre-K transition, they've had their kids in the building as well. They also had a testing parade like West did, where people came through and just encouraged the kids and celebrated Nurses Day as well. Now, before I go to board forum, real quick, I know I'm a little longer winded than I normally am tonight. We have a student representative, and we've had that ever since I've been here, and I will apologize to the other two because I have dropped the ball with that. But we are planning on getting them invited back this summer, and we've always recognized them and give them a certificate and things. But they're such an important part and such an important voice for us. We felt like this year, and the board felt like this year, we needed to do more. So we do have the traditional certificate for Mr. Alexander Lyle, but also we decided this year, and we will invite the others back and get them one, to do a plaque. And it's just for his service to the board and for serving on the board. And it just says, for outstanding dedication and leadership, bringing student voices, perspective, and insights into the policy and governance that benefit the school district. So we want to present this to him. This is the last board meeting he will be at because he's going to graduate and go on and do bigger and better things. So Alexander, thank you. We appreciate your voice. And we'll give you a second too if you've got anything that you want to say.
Can somebody take a picture of Mr. Brock and him? Can somebody take a picture?
Well, let's get the whole board. Like, you all wanted this. Come around here, let's all get it. And if you've got anything that you'd like to say, you're welcome to.
Just wanted to stop and thank everyone for the opportunity and the honor for being here. I know that I was severely underestimating you all and all that you've done, and I really appreciate all of y'all's hard work for this district. Thank you.
Thank you. Next year, if you're a senior and you want to serve in that position, get up with Mr. Trent Singleton, and he will tell you the process. And if we have more than one, we'll do applications, and I'm sure he'll take care of that. But we value our student representative and the student voice, so thank you for serving.
Next, that brings us to finish up the board member forum. Do we have anything further that you would like to discuss or share or bring up or point out or?
I just want to say, I'm going to miss all the activities, Mr. Singleton and Ms. Hopham and everybody that's going to be graduating. Didn't plan my vacation until like January, February, and it happened to be the week of all the activities. But I do want to wish the seniors and anyone graduating the best of luck. I'm proud of everyone, and roll on engineers. I'm proud of everyone.
Thank you for that. I know we've mentioned it a couple of times, but several of us here on the board also help with our Estill County Fair. And so fair will be coming to town this coming week, and the students have gotten a coupon that gives them admission to the fair.
$5 off.
That gives them $5 off for their admission ticket. And so we hope that people can come out and join us for this awesome community event. It's harder and harder every year to host a fair. And so we need everyone's support so we can continue this activity. I think it's a great time of just fellowship and community togetherness, and so I really hope that people will take advantage of that.
And then Friday, don't forget it's Sunshine Day.
Yeah, Sunshine Day, we have some real special children that'll be getting to come over to the fair to ride and have some fun and excitement for the day. So we're excited about our fair coming to town, and we hope that everyone will take advantage of that. Do y'all have anything further? Anybody? Mr. Simpson, do we have any public comments?
Zero.
No? All right. Well, if nothing further, then I need a motion and a second to adjourn. Sheila Samples and Sharon Whitaker makes a second. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you very much. Thank you all for being here.